Okay then gang, in this lesson we're going to be making a query to fetch the about page content from Hygraph, and then we'll be rendering that content in the about page component. So right now I'm just on the Hygraph Studio for the project, where I'm going to put this query together first so we can test it, see the response, and then copy the query to use in our front end. Alright, so we want to query a single page. So let's click on that page option first of all to add it into the query on the right. And we want to grab a specific page based on the slug, right? So we can do that by adding the where filter to say only fetch the page where a certain condition is true. In our case, that should be when the slug field is equal to about. So type that in. And we should see that that value is added to the query on the right. Alright, so then from that page, what fields do we want to fetch? Well, we need the title field, which is what we'll display in the page heading, so let's add that. We also want the page content, so we'll add that in as well. And when it comes to the content field, we can specify how we want that rich content returned to us. In our case, for now, I'm just going to say I want the HTML version of that content. And then I think that's about it. So now we can try this query by hitting the play button up here just to make sure it all works. And by the look of things, it does. Alright, so now let's copy this query and then use it from the front end. Alright, so I'm back in this Hygraph file and we're going to register this query inside the query's object. So we'll make a new property inside this object for the query and we're going to call it about page. And then for the value of that property, we're going to say Hygraph client, which is the client instance that we made in the last lesson. Then we'll say .gql, which stands for GraphQL, followed by template string, so backticks to put the query inside. And this is all in the GraphQL Docs, by the way we register queries using this GQL tag before the template string. Anyway, now we can paste this query in and then just format it a little bit to make it look nicer. I'm also going to rename the query from my query, which is a little bit generic, to something like about page. Okay then, so now we've got this query created, we can go ahead and use it inside the actions file to send the query off and fetch the data. And then we'll invoke that action from the about page later. So let's export and make a new server function inside the actions file called getAboutPage. And this needs to be an async function because we'll be awaiting the response of the query inside it. Alright, so we'll need to now say const response is equal to await, followed by the queries object that we imported, and then we want the about page query that we just added to that object. Now all we're doing here is referencing that query, right? But on this query, GraphQL exposes a send method to send it off. So we're going to invoke that method now to fire off the query. And it's going to send it then to the Hygraph endpoint we registered in the client instance in the last lesson and return the page content back to us, hopefully. And the page object will be accessible on the response. So all we need to do now then is return response.page at the end of the function. Alright, so now we've got this server function which sends the about page query to Hygraph, returns then the page data at the end. All we need to do now is invoke this function from the about page. So let's head to the about page, which is inside the app folder, then inside the about folder, and then we want to import the server function at the top, which we can do by saying import, then curly braces, and we want the getAboutPage action we just created, which comes from @/lib/actions. So once we've done that, we can go ahead and use the function inside this component. So let's scroll down and we'll say const right here, and then we could say page is equal to await, and then the name of the server function, which was getAboutPage, and invoke this. Now we're using await here because this server function is an async function, right? But that means we also need to make sure this component is an asynchronous component so that we can use await inside it. Alright, so now we have access to the page object in this component, and we could access the title and content properties from it, which is what we asked for in the query, the title and the content. And actually, instead of doing that, I'm just going to destructure those properties directly from the returned page value by using curly braces instead of this, and then grabbing the title and the content fields. Alright, so now we can output those two things inside the template. So the title is easy enough. We can just use curly braces inside the H1 to output that title directly, which is just a string value. The content field, though, is a rich text field, and we actually got the HTML of that content back from Hygraph because that's what we asked for in the query. So for now, we're going to directly output that HTML in the template here by using the dangerously set inner HTML prop on a new div tag inside this section right here. Now, using this prop is considered dangerous because it opens your site up to a cross-site scripting attack where malicious code can be injected. So we have to be able to trust the dynamic HTML that we're trying to inject. For now, we're going to use this approach, but I am going to show you a better way in the next lesson. Anyway, as a value to this prop, we pass in an object, so double curly braces, and then on that object, we're going to use the underscore HTML property. And the value of that property should be the content that we got back, and then the HTML property on that content. So now we're outputting that HTML content right here where the div tag is, and that's pretty much it. We've made the query, sent the query, got the content back, and we're outputting the content in the template. So let's preview this in a browser. Alright then, so moment of truth, I'm going to click on the About page and hopefully we should see some content. Awesome, we do. So we have the title up here and then the content itself. And notice all of this content is formatted as it was inside the rich content editor. So we've got bold text right here, which is a strong tag. We've also got a heading right here, which is an H3. A block quote down here as well. There should be a link in the content somewhere, but it's not styled so that it stands out. So this is all fine. But I'm going to show you a better way that we can render all of this content in the next lesson.